Hello, hello. Welcome to this quick and dirty Q&A episode of the Dating After Divorce podcast. And in these episodes that I'm introducing, I am going to just answer a question briefly that I think that I've received that I think would apply to a lot of the listeners of the podcast. So today I'm just going to answer this question about a partner who does not initiate. So the question said, the last man I dated would never plan anything in advance. I had to initiate all the times that we went on a date and then he would be late. I felt like I was begging to see him and that was extremely painful to me. All right. So in this case, what's happening here is that a lot of things could be happening. I was about to launch into and I was like, well, a lot of things could be happening. One, based on what I'm looking at here, I can't give you like super deep or exact advice about what to do in this situation. But I would like to say that chances are you're dating a bare minimum man or a low effort man. And then secondly, I'm not even sure that I would use the word dating for what is happening here. One of the things I teach my clients is to really take a look at what's actually happening in what they call a relationship. So you had this man and you sort of had a relationship with him, or you think you had a relationship with him. I would take a step back and define a relationship, or take a step back and define what it looks like to date a person. Now, to him, it might have looked like he just shows up to whatever event you put together when it's convenient for him. And that's his definition of dating. Your definition of dating, from what I'm reading, includes mutual reciprocity, where he shows up and he's interested in you and he asks questions and wants to know about you and wants to spend time with you. And he shows that with his questions. A lot of women get into this situation because we don't have definitions. We don't have our own personal definition of what is acceptable and how we want our dating journey to look. Right? I call this dating like a CEO. You are the CEO of this company here, this dating company that you are in. You are in charge. You decide what it looks like, and you bring people on board who agree with you that that's what it looks like. Don't spend your time trying to change a person's idea. Like, if they have a frame of reference for dating that is different from yours, you don't have to try to change them, but you don't also have to hang around enduring or putting up with a definition of dating that does not match yours. This is in your hands and it is your responsibility. So I would say sit down and define what dating looks like to you, what a relationship looks like to you, and then only stay with people who meet that definition, right? I do this work with my clients in our ideal partner deep dive, which is pretty extensive. We investigate really what my clients want, or each client wants, and we make sure that she's only participating in the relationships, dating partnerships, dating experiences that meet the criteria that she has defined at the beginning of this journey. Now, another thing here is potentially you might feel uncomfortable with sort of demanding more from the people that you date. And I use the word demand more very loosely because we don't really have a right to demand things from other people, right? You can say, this is what I want dating to look like, and allow people to self-select out of that process. So in this case, you had someone who had self-selected himself out of what dating looked like to you, but you didn't let him go. You kept texting him and kept inviting him out instead of taking that energy and moving on with your dating journey to find someone who wanted to self-select in to what dating you actually would look like. All right. I hope that was helpful. I enjoy hearing from listeners and answering your questions. So you can go ahead and write to me. In fact, the best way to write to me is actually to sign up for my free course. If you go into the show notes, you can sign up for my free dating course. And when you do that, you'll get an email from me. And if you have a question, you can just hit reply on that email. that has all of my free content. Hit reply on that email and send your question in. And if it's useful to the entire audience on the podcast, I would be happy to answer it. All right. Thank you for your time and attention today. I appreciate you listening, and I will see you next time.